We can freely express how we feel, what we think. We can interact more actively with government and other members of the community. So in that sense, I believe that, we have already regained our freedom.
Siguro po hindi pa po talaga yung sobrang kalayaan kasi 'di ba? Ang dami pa ring puro sa Pilipinas na ibang lahi. Hindi katulad dito, puro local lang talaga nagaan sa tagpamay-ari. Pero sa Pilipinas, merong Americans, merong iba-ibang lahi na po.
Well, I think it is safe to say that we are. Although I think in any other nation, there are influences from different neighboring countries and alliances that cannot be avoided.
Dito, magiging independent ka talaga sa sarili mo, physically, emotionally, nandito na lahat, magiging independent. Financially, yes. At malaking tulong din bilang OFW na pagbigay ka ng tulong sa pamilya mo at remittance, nagbibigay ka ng malaking tulong sa gobyerno, pamilya.
Of course, I'm from government, so that there's a little difference in perspective. But if you, my first reaction would be to look at independence in terms of my ability and my freedom to determine who I want to be and who I can be, without being dictated upon by anybody else. For as long as you're able to determine exactly what your dreams are and how you think you are going to achieve those dreams, and that is independence for me as an overseas Filipino.
I think when it comes to being free, the freedom as an OFW, the way I see it, is that, again, I have a question to that. Forgive me for being philosophical about it and for being, essentially thinking about what freedom is. But my point is that if I am totally free, I will not be here. I want a country. I want my country, the Philippines, to be able to provide jobs for people, to be able to give proper healthcare to people, to be able to give that kind of a happiness that we long for in being with a progressive country. But as long as it's Filipino, as long as I am in another country, it means that probably not wholly. It means that I will still be at the mercy of other people in a foreign land. So if you're asking me whether I'm, in the concept of freedom as an OFW, that is how I view it. That I'm not totally free precisely because freedom should be in the Philippines, and that I'm enjoying my life with my family in the Philippines.
So we really celebrate Independence Day just to recognize being independent and also Filipino tayo. So at saka isa na rin yun para magkita-kita yung lahat ng mga Pilipino, lahat ng OFW sa isang bansa. Ganon. Di ba? Yeah, as family, kahit na hindi magkakamag-anak, hindi magkakakilala, pero kung nagkita-kita kayo, sarap ng feeling, di ba?
Hindi po busy po sa work. So every time na may Independence Day, nasa work po ako eh. Opo. Importante naman po in my own, sa sarili ko na lang po ginagawa, ina-apply sa mga ka-workmates, sa friends.
Yes, I definitely celebrate Philippine Independence Day because it's one day where we can really amplify the real meaning and the real spirit of being a Filipino. And I do that by first eating great Filipino food because at the end of the day, it's one way to connect with home again. And second is also to let other people know that we have such an important occasion, especially for non-Filipinos. Here in Dubai, for example, to make them realize that our National Day or Independence Day is celebrated on the 12th of June, for them to also know our culture, our background, and for them to have a greater respect and understanding and awareness of the culture that we stand for.
Yung poverty natin, kailangan pagtuunan ng pansin. Yung mga tao natin, mga kababayan natin may sakit, kailangan pagtuunan ng pansin, katulad ng mga may sakit sa kidney, yung mga free dialysis kailangan ibigay sa mga taong may hirap. Yun yung nababasa ko. At kailangan implement talaga. O di kaya ng mahirap ang dialysis mahal.
I would say probably two things. One would be poverty, because we know that we're a poverty-stricken country, and that is something that you cannot address or solve in a heartbeat or in a snap of a finger. And second probably would be the mentality of certain people, where we always feel that we're down, we always feel that we're neglected, we always feel that we don't have the right or the power to win. It's all about that victim mentality that is still there. So I think those are the two major problems of the country right now that has to be addressed to really show and really communicate that we're free and we are independent.
The problem is about Filipinos are not united. We're still divided into so many parcels and everything. We are not united. We cannot blame our forefathers for not being united. So if we are united as a Filipinos, like set aside all the differences, political differences, religious differences, then we will be like a country that I admire now, that is Vietnam and Thailand and other neighboring countries in Asia. They are very united now in terms of politics, governments, infrastructures. All of them are geared into promoting their own countries.
Until we start buying our own products, until we start nurturing and creating our own products using our natural resources, until we change ourselves and be proud of who we are, of our history and our legacy, only then, in that sense, because of nationalism, will be able to become better, not just as a person, not just an individual, but collectively as a nation.